Hey everybody, this is Lloyd Fernandez here with another video. In this video, as the title has said, I'm basically going to be talking about two other realtors out there looking for advice, or any new realtors, entrepreneurs, and again, it's just my journey and my advice. But yes, I'm going to talk about as a realtor, keeping your composure and how you should operate in with negotiation periods within a transaction. First and foremost, you must not forget your due diligence. You represent the client, your client that is, and regardless of anything, that's still obviously top priority. And as a realtor, when we're hired by our client, they're expecting us to perform and negotiate on their behalf. Obviously, you're trying to negotiate and do everything in your power to make sure your client receives, the fair deal, and as much as you can provide them with. But at the same time, you're also, a part of your job is also keeping the deal together and not letting it fall apart, and making sure that your client, gets what's fair, and you try your best to get them as much as possible, but you also keep the deal together. You don't want to let your emotions get involved in it. A lot of times I see realtors, they get in negotiation periods and they let their emotions get involved, and they get flustered, they hang up phones. Yeah, really, they hang up phones, they scream, they get very, they get an attitude, they yell. I mean, I've seen it all, but you can't let that bother you. Those are, to me, in my opinion, those are weak agents. Those are people that can't separate personal from business. And yes, I can talk sternly, and I can get my point across professionally. And if you're not going to present yourself professionally, and as a realtor, my advice to you, if you're dealing with another realtor that's not being professional, you keep your composure, you keep your cool. And yeah, you defend yourself. You don't let anybody bully you, and you defend your client. But you do it in a professional manner, and let them, get emotional and complain and whine and do all of that. That's not going to do anything. It's not going to help the transaction at all, and they're not representing their client well. So you let them do that, but you hold your composure, and you stay stern, and you try to work the deal. You try to get everybody to the settlement table, but you also represent your client. So, for instance, if there's something that's going on that, that's totally out of your client's, that's fair to your client or anything, then you have to stay strong and say, look, this is not what's going on. Obviously, with your client's permission, you have to present everything to your client. You do not make decisions for your client. When your client says no, or yes, or what do you think, and you tell them your opinion, and they come up with a decision which way they want to go, then you can negotiate. You represent what they had told you they want to do, and you stay stern, and you let them know, this is not unfair, and this is whatever the case may be. It could be repairs, it could be price, it could be all types of things, but you represent your client professionally. Let the other people do their tantrums. And you can call them out on it. You can say, well, this is not very professional of you. What would your clients think of if they heard you talking, having this conversation right now? You can say things like that. Don't let them know that you're not gonna bend. A lot of newer agents, they get that a lot from these old people that have been in the business for a while. Because they want to intimidate, and they want to get their way for their clients, so they'll say stuff like, I'll call your manager. Man, they'll say it all. They'll try to intimidate you to make you feel like you have to bend, and you go back to your client and say, oh no, I think it's the best thing for you to do this because of the intimidation that other realtor pushed upon you. And this is a no-no. That is not a good representation. You're not representing your client well if you let somebody intimidate you in that way. You have to be able to stay strong. That's what you're hired for, not only for the paperwork and all your expertise and real estate and all the knowledge you have in the paperwork and the market and homes in general, but also the fact that you're representing them. And not everybody's good at negotiation, so that's your job. So you're there to not let somebody intimidate you for your client and push to do something that's not fair for your client or anything at all. So remember that, guys, as a new agent, when you run across these agents that's been in the business for, you know, however many years, 9, 10, 14, 20 years, don't let them intimidate you. I mean, and not all of them are like that. Some of them are really good, nice people that don't, you know, try to take advantage. And I'm not saying that every agent that does that is a bad person at all or has ill will, but that's just their way, and in my opinion, that's just a weak individual using that tactic. You can get your point across professionally, sternly, and you know, you don't have to deal with, you don't have to operate that way, but some do. So basically, just in the video, just trying to give you advice on how to compose yourself in those situations. You just basically keep your composure and say, okay, that's fine. This is what we're, you know, this is what we're offering, or this is what we're willing to do. Get back to your client and let me know. You don't have to join in on that. I mean, you can say you're being unprofessional. I do not appreciate that. You can call them out on it. There's no need for the way you're operating right now. There's no need for your attitude. But yes, this is what we're doing. You operate professionally. You get that. You know, you try your best to get that deal to the table with everything being fair to your client. And if you're somebody out there looking to buy a home or sell a home, watching this video, that's what you want in an agent. You want somebody to be professional, that can keep their composure, doesn't let anybody intimidate them, but also knows when to come back to you and say, hey, you know, we might need to think about this because this could get us to the table, and it's fair to both sides. So you want a level-headed person representing you, and that's rare to find. And you know, and I just preach that to all the agents watching out there, that, you know, that's an important skill to have, an important service to provide. So if you guys are out there looking for anybody, my number's at the bottom, and I would love to help anybody looking to buy or sell a home. But again, this video is for agents out there for advice and how to compose themselves in negotiation periods. All right, guys? So like I said, don't let anybody push you into a decision. Everything has to be made through your client. With their permission, you can give your advice, your opinion, but ultimately they're the boss. They hired you. They let you know what final decision is. But yes, they take our opinion into consideration. That's why you have to be an expert, and you have to know what you're talking about, because usually they are going to go with what you say. But at the end of the day, it's their decision, and you have to represent them and do it the right way. That way you can make it to the table, and everybody's happy. All right, guys? So again, numbers at the bottom. Lloyd Fernandez here, local realtor in Central Pennsylvania, York, Lancaster, Harrisburg, Adams County. And would love to help anybody find a home, buy a home. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'm trying to build the channel. I appreciate all the support and help. And then, like I said, if you're looking for anybody to help you in Central Pennsylvania, I'm your guy, Lloyd Fernandez. Numbers at the bottom. All right, guys, I wish you good luck. I wish you success, and I wish you good health.